according to you, what would be, few tips or a few strategies that you would suggest, our viewers so that they can cultivate inclusion and learn to kind of just be more accepting and, less judgmental towards people?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So that's a great question because I get that question a lot from individuals on LinkedIn. Netta, what do I do? What do I do? And I turn it back on them and say, you have, I think the first step is if one is asking, what do I do? That's already the wrong thing to ask, right? Because we're in an era where there is so much research, there's so much information at the tip, at our fingertips, really. And so really all it takes is saying, I'm going to commit. I think that's the first step. Well, sorry, I want to back up. The first step is I'm going to self reflect. I'm going to self reflect and figure out how have I been perpetuating these acts of racism? That's a hard question. How have I been perpetuating exclusion, right? How am I excluding people? Do I even know what equity means? How have I even practiced that? When I'm at a family gathering during the holidays, do I, my Uncle Bob, that is very vocal about his feelings, do I stop him in his tracks and I educate him? Or do I just continue eating my whatever it is I'm eating? You know, do I just stay silent? So I think really there's a whole, the first stage is really before you even try to research anything, just self reflect and think about where were you born? Who are the people you spent the most time with? And how are you perpetuating things? Who do you want to be? Why do you
That's
want
a
to be
great.
that person? Yeah, exactly. So, and it's funny because, a lot of my friends joke around with me. They're like, listen, Netta, we get it. You have the behavioral psychology background, so you're going to take us through those questions, right? But and sometimes I do overanalyze things, but I'm like, these are, in fact, the steps that need to be taken in order to be um, in order to be effective, you know. And then after that, the next stage is do your research. Do your research, right? So it's self reflection and do your research, and then go back and do self reflection again, right? What have you learned? How are you applying it? Self reflect. Go back to your research. So I tell people to do that, and that is a journey that doesn't stop. It can't just be okay. I'm going to do that for 2020 because I'm working remotely and hey, and everything happened this year between COVID and George Floyd's murder and everyone else, right? All the other passings that happen and the craziness in our world this year. So this is what I'm going to do. But in 2021, I'm just going to be the same old person that I always was. That's not going to work. You have to literally do that for the rest of your life. And that's what commitment really is about.